elected at all? To that, I must answer, of course. Of course, I was elected. Sweet America. Of course. Isn't the right to vote the very foundation of a democracy?
What the hell are you calling a zombie?
In the interest of national security, I'm not at liberty to discuss the details of the election.
No zombies allowed.
You understand? But
Can't you tell the
rest
difference
assured,
between
I
me and a
am
pharaoh?
your president.
Fine. I'll
Because
show
the
you the goddamn
appropriate
difference.
people of this
Just you wait.
great nation
You'll get yours,
decided
all of you.
I should be. I am your new.
I thought I told you to get the hell out of here. Tenpenny doesn't want your goddamn caps, and I don't want the goddamn headache. For the last time, get your rotten, ugly, goddamn ghoul ass off Mr. Tenpenny's private property.
Into the future. Democracy, dear America.
What?
Democracy now and
Sorry about that.
forever.
I thought you were one of those damn ghouls looking for a handout.
But don't be
You are
sad.
currently trespassing on Alistair
The
Tenpenny's
Enclave is
private
working
property.
tirelessly
You have some reason to be
rebuild
here?
This great nation, so you don't have to. Till we meet again, this is John Henry Eden.
Is
signing
that so? And why should I believe that? You ever kill a ghoul before? Oh, looks like we got a live one here. I think we better leave this one outside. Goodbye, kid. Try not to get eaten by anything out there.
What are you looking at?
You're listening to Enclave Radio. I'm John Henry Eden, President of the Enclave, President of America, President of your heart. And now, one of my inspirational quotes from the mouth of your President, John Henry.
Hey there.
Straight to your heart. A
Take a
coward is
look.
much more exposed
Welcome to
morals than a man.
godforsaken hellhole. Not much to look at, but it's all mine. Later. Oh, come on. Pay more attention to what you're doing.
Hello again, America the Magnificent. This is President Eden, and I was hoping we could talk. I've been thinking quite a bit lately about something we can all relate to, something that is unquestionably, inescapably American. I am referring, of course, to our great national pastime, baseball. So it is. That's right, America. Before we were devastated by atomic war, each state had its own professional baseball team. Imagine. Perfect class. The sun is warm, welcoming. And on the horizon, they appear like knights of yore, armed with bats of ash and hickory. Their name, the Capitol Congressman. Their purpose? To make you, dear America, revel in the joys of sport and sunshine. If only ask yourself this. What if the Capitol congressman could live again? What if they could compete with baseball teams from Pennsylvania or Maryland? Put your faith in John Henry Eden, great America, and baseball will live again. Comfort, recreation, healthy
I'm your
competition,
new robo
all
butler.
will live again. This country will live again. Reflect upon all I have said, my America. Reflect
How may I, sir?
and wait. For soon, this great nation will be reborn, and the Enclave will be its salvation. Until we meet again, this is your president, John Henry Eden, signing off. Hello, my beautiful America. This is President Eden, and it's time we had a talk. Did you know there are those amongst us who would
What's
shatter
happening?
our hopes for peace, order, and security? These radical malcontents don't care about you. They don't care about America. All they
Welcome home,
care
sir.
about is fulfilling their own selfish desires. Let's take a tally of these agitators, shall we? There are, of course, the raiders, those anarchistic ruffians who roam the wastes, preying on any and all stealing, murdering. The so-called Brotherhood of Steel. Don't
What's
be
up?
fooled by their sweet nightly nonsense or supposed connections to the United States Army. These power-armored Boy Scouts are nothing more than common criminals with access to some antiquated technology. Criminals who have had the audacity to claim this country's most important military installation, the Pentagon, as their own personal clubhouse. And don't be fooled, America. Those who have left the Brotherhood of Steel, branded outcasts, are just as dangerous, even more so, being in exile. And what about the slavers of Paradise Falls? The frighteningly irradiated ghouls of Underworld? And last but not least, the hideously mutated super mutants that have completely overrun the entire downtown DC area. Lawlessness, terror, murder. They're all around us, I know.
Welcome to
Not for
Megaton.
long, sweet America. Not for long. Oh, no. The Enclave will restore peace, order, and prosperity to this great nation. And those who oppose us will be removed forever. We've got a part now, you and I. But don't be sad, America. The Enclave is working tirelessly to rebuild this great nation, so you don't have to. Until we meet again, this is President Eden signing off. This is President Eden. I'd like to have a chat. When I was a child, growing up in rural Kentucky, I had the best friend a boy could hope for. My dear old dog, Honey. Oh, the adventures we had. From Knott Creek to Hagenville we roamed, carefree and courageous, irresponsible, and completely inseparable. It was, for a little boy, the perfect existence. So, let me ask you, America, how many of your children can say the same? How many of this nation's youth are truly happy, truly carefree? Well, we both know the answer, don't we? None. America's children live in a terrifying, meaningless existence. There is no hope, no happiness. That changes right here, right now. From this moment onward, the children of this great nation are its highest priority. The Enclave will restore every American school, reinstate every youth program, and offer counseling and financial assistance to any family in need. We will match up the destitute, orphan children of the capital wasteland with qualified, eligible adults. We will rebuild the American family as it was meant to be. Values of our past shall be the foundation of our future. So remember, America, the Enclave is working around the clock to return this country to greatness. All you need
Look what we have
is a
here.
little patience.
Where?
Until next time, this is President Eden signing off.
I'll tear you apart. Oh my God, I don't want to die.
Hello again, America. This is John Henry Eden, your president. There are some things we should talk about, if that's all right. We live in an age of poverty, greed, violence, destruction. Indeed, the very seat of the federal government, Washington, D.C., has been reduced to what is now known as the Capital Wasteland. The Capital Wasteland. How did it come to this, America? How did your leaders allow the most powerful nation on earth to die? The answer is really quite simple. Incompetence. Incompetence at the highest echelons of power. We put our trust, our faith in half-wits. Our intrepid leaders had everything they wanted. Power, wealth, prestige. And it made them lazy, America. Oh, yes, and laziness breeds stupidity. Rest assured, I will not make the mistakes of my predecessors. When John Henry Eden builds a country, he builds it to last. The American way. Don't you, my darling America, deserve that? Don't you deserve a future free of war and fear and terrible uncertainty? Of course you do. As President of the United States, you have my solemn pledge that I will never rest until we have what we is a place to truly call home. So remember, America, the Enclave is working around the clock to return this country to greatness. All you need is a little patience, a little faith. Until next time, this is President Eden signing off. Greetings again, sweet America. This is President John Henry Eden, and I'd like to chat if you've got a moment. Let's talk about government, shall we? Or more specifically, your government here, America. The Enclave. Just who is the Enclave? Why, now that's simple. The Enclave is you, America. The Enclave is your sister, your aunt, your friend, your neighbor. And well, yes, the Enclave is me as well. As your president, it is my responsibility to preside over our great democracy. So, as your president, I am the voice, I am the heart and soul of the Enclave. That is to say, I am the voice, heart, and soul of America. But only together. Together can we hope to reach our full potential. The way we were before the war. Whole, beautiful, powerful. One Enclave, one America. Now and forever. Reflect upon all I have said, my America. Reflect and wait. For soon, this great nation will be reborn. And the Enclave will be its salvation. Until we meet again, this is your president, John Henry Eden, signing off. President John Henry. And now, one of my inspirational quotes from the mouth of your president, John Henry Eden, straight to your heart. There never was a time, in my opinion, some way could not be found to prevent the drawing of the sword.
Good to see you.
Hello?
I'm not supposed to talk.
So, how's the scabbing been? Got the food medicine from that super duper mart? Really? You did? Whoa, really? Raiders and robots? I guess I wasn't the only one to think about checking those stores. Looks like you gotta be careful looting them. Well, keep what you got. Just traded for a big food shipment myself. Here, take a bit. My treat. Tastes kinda grates after a while. Oh, and take this. It's an old food sanitizer. Just carry it with you, and it should automatically make most food and drink, better. I still need to study a living specimen with radiation poisoning. I need someone to research how to travel through a minefield. And that'll cover the first section of the book. Which strikes your fancy? Well, that's what I need your help for, isn't it? I know lots about it from books, but I never seem to get a live example. Not for long, anyway. So I need you to get a bit of radiation poisoning, so I can study its effects. Oh, not a deadly dose, of course. I can fix you up before that. Really? Oh, how convenient. I should be able to take care of that for you. But first, let me do a little examination. How do you feel?
Those anarchistic ruffians who roam the wastes.
That's a terrible joke. I love it. Good to see you're still in such good spirits. Now, let me take a few notes and I'll handle that nasty radiation with a bit of my own homemade Radcure concoction. Okay, lie back and think healthy thoughts.
Criminals with access to some antiquated
A little
technology.
Brahmin milk, a couple magnets,
Criminals who
and
have had
maybe
the
a few happy
audacity
thoughts.
to claim this country's most important.
Well, what do you know? It worked. I mean, I was pretty sure it would, obviously. Here, take a few radiation chems with you. I'm sure you'll run into more in the future. Landmines are one of the few dangers out there that you can profit from. Disarm one before it blows, and you can sell it for plenty of caps. I've heard stories about a ghost town that's just full of mines. Traders just call the place Minefield. Sounds like the place for some field work. Get in there, get back, and tell me all about it. And could you bring back a mine for my studies?
Not for long, sweet America.
Oh, don't worry. No one ever goes there because they say it's a ghost town. And since ghosts don't exist, you can just focus on the landmines. I hear there's a playground in the middle of town. Reach that point and come back, and I'm sure you'll have some stories to tell.
Forever. But for now, my America, we must part. Restoring the greatest country in the world to its former glory.
Good to see that old house finally found an owner.
Takes time.
I have all sorts of items and themes for that place that may interest you.
Next time, this is your president, John Henry Eaton, signing off.
Okay? Sure thing.
God bless the USA and nowhere else.
How are those hot little potatoes? Because, you know, they're on the ground, like potatoes, and hot because they, explode. Anyway, what's up? It's not just because they say the place is haunted, is it? Because that's no reason to avoid the place. Ghosts don't exist. But landmines do. Oh boy, do they. And that's what we need to study.
Hello again, America. This is John Henry Eaton, your president.
Absolutely.
We should talk about, if that's all right. I've been thinking quite a bit lately about something we can all relate to. Something that is unquestionably, inescapably American. I am referring, of course, to our great national pastime, baseball. Or so it had been. That's right, America. Before we were devastated by atomic war, each state had its own professional baseball.
Good hunting.
Imagine a perfect cloudless day. The sun is warm and welcoming. And on the horizon, they appear like knights of yore, armed with bats of ash and hickory.
Hey there.
Their name,
So, what'll it be today? We've got some noodles, and the Brahmin steak is pretty good too.
to make you, dear America,
Hey, I won't say it's all fresh, but it'll keep you going.
sunshine, if only for an afternoon. Now, ask yourself this. What if the capital congressmen could live again? What if they could compete with baseball teams from Pennsylvania or Maryland? Put your faith in John Henry Eaton, great America, and baseball will live.
Enjoy.
Comfort, recreation, healthy competition, all will live again. This country will live again. We've got a part now, you and I. But don't be sad, America. The Enclave is working tirelessly to rebuild this great nation, so you don't have to. Till next time, this is your president, John Henry Eaton, signing off. You're listening to Enclave Radio. I'm John Henry Eaton, President of the Enclave, President of America, President of your heart. And now, one of my inspirational quotes from the mouth of your President, John Henry Eaton, straight to your heart. Happiness lies in the joy of achievement and the thrill of creative effort. greetings again, sweet America. This is President John Henry Eden, and I'd like to chat if you've got a moment. We live in an age of poverty, greed, violence, destruction. Indeed, the very seat of the federal government, Washington, D.C., has been reduced to what is now known as the Capital Wasteland. The Capital Wasteland. How did it come to this, America? How did your leaders allow the most powerful nation on Earth to die? The answer is really quite simple. Incompetence. Incompetence at the highest echelons of power. We put our trust, our faith, in half-wits. Our intrepid leaders had everything they wanted: power, wealth, prestige. And it made them lazy, America. Oh, yes, and laziness breeds stupidity. Rest assured, I will not make the mistakes of my predecessors. When John Henry Eden builds a country, he builds it to last. The American way. Don't you, my darling America, deserve that? Don't you deserve a future free of war and fear and terrible uncertainty? Of course you do. As President of the United States, you have my solemn pledge that I will never rest, until we have what we deserve. A place to truly call home. So remember, America, the Enclave is working around the clock to return this country to greatness. All you need is a little patience, a little faith. Until we meet again, this is your president, John Henry Eden, signing on. Hello again, America. This is John Henry Eden, your president. There are some things we should talk about, if that's all right. When I was a child, growing up in rural Kentucky, I had the best friend a boy could hope for. My year-old dog, Honey. Oh, the adventures we had. From Dog Creek to Hodgenville we roamed. Carefree, irresponsible, and completely inseparable. It was, for a little boy, the perfect existence. So, let me ask you, America, how many of your children can say the same? How many of this nation's youth are truly happy, truly carefree? Well, we both know the answer, don't we? None. America's children live in a terrifying, meaningless existence. There is no hope, no happiness. That changes right here, right now. From this moment onward, the children of this great nation are its highest priority. The Enclave will restore every American school, reinstate every youth program, and offer counseling and financial assistance to any family in need. We will match up the destitute, orphan children of the capital wasteland with qualified, eligible adults. We will rebuild the American family as it was. The values of our past shall be the foundation of our future. So remember, America, the Enclave is working around the clock to return this country to greatness. All you need is a little patience, a little faith. Till next time, this is your president, John Henry Eaton, signing off. Sweet America, hello again. This is President Eden. I'd like to have a chat. Did you know there are those amongst us who would shatter our hopes for peace, order, and security? These radical malcontents don't care about you. They don't care about all they care about is fulfilling their selfish desires. Let's take a tally of these agitators, shall we? There are, of course, the raiders, those anarchistic ruffians who roam the wastes, preying on any and all stealing and murder. The so-called Brotherhood of Steel, by their pseudo-knightly nonsense, or supposed connections to the United States Army. These power-armored Boy Scouts are nothing more than common criminals with access to some antiquated technology. Criminals who have had the audacity to claim this country's most important military installation, the Pentagon, as their own personal club.
Welcome to Vault 112, resident. According to sensors, you have arrived 202.3 years behind schedule. Please redress in your Vault Tech issued Vault suit before proceeding. If you have misplaced your suit, I am authorized to distribute a new one. Once dressed, please proceed down the stairs to the main floor so that you may enter your assigned Tranquility Lounger. Please take a seat in the nearest available
They're all around us.
Tranquility
I
Lounger.
know.
Thank you.
I know. Not for long, sweet America. Not for long. Oh, no. The Enclave will restore peace, order, and prosperity to this great nation. And those who oppose us will be removed forever. So remember, America, the Enclave is working around the clock to return this country to greatness. All you need is a little patience, a little faith. This time, this is your president, John Henry Eden, signing on.
Hello. Oh, hello there. I think you should go speak with Betty. She's waiting for you. On the playground, I think. Best to hurry up.
Oh, someone new to play with. What good luck I have lately. I was just starting to get bored. Oh, we're going to have so much fun. Gee, I don't know. What's he like? And he's new here too, isn't he? Oh boy, he's your daddy, huh? I had no idea. That makes this even more fun. Let's play. Oh, don't be mean. That's not a good way to start. I said we're going to play a game, so that's what we're going to do. I said I want to play a game. It's easy. You make Timmy Newsbaum cry, and I'll help you. If you don't, then I guess you'll never find out where your daddy is.
Do you realize what you've done? You've triggered the failsafe, ruined everything. The subjects will die, and I'll be stuck here in this hell alone.
You ruined everything! Everything!
I can't reset it, don't you see? The failsafe disabled the security protocols. They're all dead, for good.
All my friends, gone. Now I'm stuck here by myself.
The Garden of Eden creation kit. It was for terraforming, for restoring the world after a nuclear disaster. Unstable technology, and ultimately boring. Why remake the old reality when instead you could create any reality you choose? It is my greatest achievement. The best of the many simulations I've run in these 200 years.
I played with the others, but they bored me. This version never grew old. It amused me over and over and over again. My name is Stanislaus Braun. I'm a Vault-Tec scientist. I created this simulation for Vault-Tec, but for myself as well. It was my own design, my own perfection. A better reality than any other. Far greater than my work on the Gek.
Isn't it obvious? You've run the failsafe, disrupted everything. I have no power over you.
There's the door. Go.
He's been right here the whole time. And you were too dense to figure it out. The dog, you see.
Man's best friend. But now you've taken all my friends from me.
Yes, I'm sure he's fine. No doubt when you leave the simulation, he'll be waiting for you.
But there's no one waiting for me. Run along now.
Son, you've saved me. I was afraid I'd be trapped in there forever. It's so good to see you, but what are you doing here? Well, I'm glad you did. This certainly wasn't how I expected things to turn out. I wasn't ready for Braun, or I might have fared better. Well, I suppose it had its moments. But in the end, I much prefer having opposable thumbs. And now that I'm back, I can get back to work. I need to tell Madison what I've learned. I was right about Braun. The technology he developed is unstable, even dangerous. But it can be adapted for Project Purity. I need to return to Rivet City and talk with Madison. If we can find a Gek, we can make Project Purity work. Yes. With what I've learned, Madison is sure to see that we can finally succeed where we failed so many years ago. I'd like you to come with me. I'd like you to be there when we finally open the floodgates. Really? You're not going to join me? Coming all this way after me, I'd have thought you'd want to help. I have to keep going. I can't stop now. I'm going back to Rivet City. Meet me there if you change your mind. It would be good to work with you, son. Of course, son. What's on your mind? Somehow, I don't think the Overseer would agree with that. What's done is done. But if we succeed, if we can make Project Purity a reality, we can create a new life for ourselves out here. I wouldn't be here if I didn't. With what I've learned from Dr. Braun, I know it can work. That's why it's so important to find a Gek as soon as possible. It's the key to Project Purity. So am I, son. While this isn't what I had in mind, it's good to have you with me. It started as an idea, really. Remember the Bible passage your mother loves so much? Free, clean water for everyone. What a difference it could make in the lives of everyone here in the wastes. Over time, that idea took the form of a purifier. Not like the one in the vault, though. This one was gigantic, capable of purifying millions of gallons of water at once. We used the old Jefferson Memorial for the location, right on DC's tidal basin. Someday soon, I hope you'll see it work. In the year before you were born, things became difficult. There had always been something of a mutant problem in the city, but it became worse. They attacked more frequently and more aggressively. Support for the project eroded as time went on, when we couldn't produce any significant results. Progress came to a halt. And then you were born. Your mother and I had talked about what to do when that time came, but then we lost her, and I had to make a decision. I chose to leave. From what I understand, things happened quickly after that. It became too dangerous for the others to stay, and so the project was abandoned. Dr. Lee and her team left for what became Rivet City, and Project Purity has sat waiting ever since. I understand that you have reason to question a good many things I've told you over the years. But your mother... I've never lied to you about what happened. Not once. She died giving birth to you. It was a difficult time. She was so eager to meet you, to make a place for you in the world. If nothing else, please believe that she loved you very much. The vault you grew up in had its own water purification system. Clean water was never a worry. Out here, things are different. Water out here is never clean, and almost always irradiated. It's barely able to sustain any kind of normal life. If we can change that, humanity has a real chance at rebuilding, starting over. Be careful, my son.
Hello, sir.
I'm President John Henry Eden, and you're listening to Enclave Radio, the voice of warmth and reason in this cold, unreasonable world. Hello again, America the Magnificent. This is President Eden, and I was hoping we could talk. I've been thinking quite a bit lately about something we can all relate to, something that is unquestionably, inescapably American. I am referring, of course, to our great national pastime, baseball. Or so it had been. That's right, America. Before we were devastated by atomic war, each state had its own professional baseball team. Imagine the perfect cloudless day. The sun is warm and welcoming. And on the horizon, they appear like knights of yore, armed with bats of ash and hickory. Their name, the Capitol Congressmen. Their purpose, to make you, dear America, revel in the joys of sport and sunshine. If only...
Welcome to Rivet City.
Now, ask yourself this. What if the Capitol Congressmen could live again? What if they could compete with baseball teams from Pennsylvania or Maryland? Put your faith in John Henry Eden, great America, and baseball will live again. Comfort, recreation, healthy competition, all will live again. This country will live again. But for now, my America, we must part. Restoring the greatest country in the world to its former glory, well, that takes time, even for the Enclave. Until we meet again, this is President Eden signing off.
This here is Flack and Shrapnel's gun shop. Pretty catchy, huh? Take a look around. If you see anything you like, I'll be right over here. Here, in Rivet City, I'm packing, and most of the rest of these guys are packing, not to mention security. Need to do some killing, eh? Give me a shout if you need anything else.
S?
Welcome to Potomac Attire.
This is a quick fix. No, no, no. I would never do that. Polly does. Sam. We've got all kinds of chems. Give me a shout if you need anything else. He's hopeless. I have to keep him away from the shop, or he'll rob us blind. One of these days, he's going to end up dead. The Muddy Rudder. Bell waters down the liquor, but it's cheap. It's on the lower deck.
Welcome to Potomac Attire. I am Bannon, proprietor and city council member. I carry discriminating attire for discriminating customers. Between you and me, keeping out the riffraff is good for business. Dr. Lee, Chief Harkness, and I are all on the council. We meet every Monday morning. I can be very influential, if you know what I mean. Far more than Seagrave Holmes. A threat? No, of course not. Well, maybe. He wants to replace me on the council. He's a shady character. I just can't prove it. Now, if someone were to find something incriminating in his room, well, let's just say I would be very appreciative. Straight to the point. I like that.
Isn't the right to vote the very foundation of a democracy? Fortunately, in the interest of national security, I'm not at liberty to discuss the details of the election. You understand? But rest assured, I am your president because the appropriate people of this great nation decided that I should be. I am your...
Another satisfied customer? Come back soon.
Of course. When
Closing
the time comes, when my term is up, America will be free to elect